This video is brought to you by Cutco Transportation. At Cutco Transportation Specialist, we understand that managing your supply chain can be a daunting task. That's why we offer end-to-end third-party logistics solutions to help you streamline your operations and grow your business. Our experienced team will work closely with you to understand your unique needs and develop a customized logistics plan that meets your specific requirements. Cutco has proven results, high safety standards, and dedicated customer service. Head over to cutcotransportation.ca and get a free quote right now. That's what our load looks like. Put our load cam way in the back over there. We'll see how that works. Should be all right. We'll find out. We are in Lumbee, British Columbia, Monashee Mountains straight ahead. So hammer down. I'm going to try to make the ferry and make the first part of the delivery today. We'll see. See how it goes. Okie dokie. My first time I've ever fueled up in the Lumbee Esso card lock. I just knew it was going to be tight on fuel if I didn't. We still had 3/4 tanks. But the next fuel station is many, many miles away. The next Esso card lock. So we're headed from Lumbee to Nakusp. Last I fueled was at the last Esso. I think we talked about this on Monday or maybe last Friday. The last place I could fuel up was Princeton. So I did fuel up there. I wouldn't have had to, but I did fuel up there. Thank you, Pickup, for letting me in. Appreciate it. And now we are going to Nakusp, up and over to Kaslo, and then to Nelson, and then load and so Slocan, and then I'd have to drive down to Castlegar and fuel up there. And I'm like, theoretically, my math says I have enough fuel to make it there. Maybe I have an hour of fuel to spare. An hour of fuel to spare seems a bit tight for me, my math. So now we have like 4 hours of fuel to spare. So yeah, I always record this highway going for a ride over the ferry. So I figured today we won't do that. We won't make it to the ferry on this video. But I never record this section where we climb the Monashees eastbound on Highway 6. I never record this section, so let's do that. Leaving Lumbee, headed eastbound up the Monashee Mountains. And it's a twisty, windy, narrow road too. Super unforgiving. It's not a very busy trucking highway, but things can go very wrong on this highway. In fact, I know when we worked for Cutco, we just didn't take this highway in the winter. It's like we would loop all the way down to Rock Creek on Highway 33 and loop around the bottom to avoid this highway. we tried to load this load in an order that made sense to unload, but weight-wise and balance-wise, we couldn't load it perfectly, so the customer at the first drop is going to have to unload some of Nelson's load, unload their stuff, and then put Nelson back on the trailer. Hopefully they're okay with that. Most of the time they are. It's like they understand. It's like, hey, we got to get as much freight on as possible. The only reason you're getting the cheaper rates is because we're getting on as much freight as possible. Chipping here. Cleaning up some of the brush again around the roadway so that there's more visibility, I guess. Look, it's a silage silo. Those big blue silos. What they do is they air blow fresh grass into the top, and then it gets compressed down, and on the bottom it's fermenting and it turns into this brown silage. They mix that in with fresh hay and a little bit of straw for filler, and feed it to the cows. I guess there must be some kind of science behind it, because farmers have done it for generations, storing silage, storing grass over the winter in the form of fermenting silage. Maybe the cows can digest it better that way. It's already fermenting. Can you fatten up a cow faster with that? I don't know. You can definitely store it over the winter that way. Beautiful little road. Munching on a little bit of chips after lunch. .7% grade, downhill. I know I said I was climbing the Monashees, right? Why am I going down? .26 degrees Celsius today. A little on the warm side, but not excruciating hot. Quite comfortable. So it sounds like this is my only delivery this week. one pickup, no, 2 pickups, 1 delivery this week. The boss says he couldn't find any other loads right now. So if I'm okay loading out of KMT tomorrow, or yeah, it'll be tomorrow. Unless something goes very wrong. Load at a KMT tomorrow for Monday morning delivery, so that means I'd have to drive all of Sunday. I would get most likely Thursday, Friday, Saturday off. Maybe I'll drive a little bit on Thursday, we'll see. Timing of all of this. Honestly, not sure what river we're following. Shuswap River Recreation Area. Well, I guess that kind of answers my question. I believe we're following the Shuswap River. Such a tight, twisty, windy little road. I love it. I love driving roads like this. So happy to be off of Highway 3. Welcome to Cherryville, unincorporated. that's good to see. They're still irrigating it. Porsche doesn't think I'm going fast enough. Love the skies today. They're just so gorgeous. I love the 50% blue skies, 50% white clouds. Bikers like stopping here at this little stop. Looks like it's a little restaurant with a golf course on it. You know, if there's a golf course attached to a restaurant, it's a good restaurant. Monashee BC Park turnoff in 2 kilometers. Hard little climb here. I see why the Porsche wanted to pass me. The locals probably go, I know what the road looks like ahead. I know how slow trucks are going to be up that. Right now I'm going to be 3 minutes late making the ferry, according to my GPS. And in that case I'll have to wait half an hour for the next sailing. Over here is a cable ferry that takes like 7 minutes to cross. It takes longer loading and unloading the ferry than it takes to cross. General store. turn right here and climb up and into those suckers. Cherryville is over here. I wonder if that's one of those gold rush towns that got built and then disappeared. We talked a couple of weeks ago about I should do a video of Highway 3 and then all the history that happened along Highway 3, stop at all the cool viewpoints, do all that with our personal vehicle, could mix it with trucking videos, could take our personal vehicle there, shoot a bunch of videos stopping at the cool places, but then have the truck doing the driving part of it. I don't know, we could mix in some video like that, if that's not too weird. But Highway 3 from Hope to Medicine Hat, there would be a lot of very boring sections, especially once you get out into the prairies. So, thanks to you guys bringing up Dewdney Trail, Dewdney Trail is pretty much Highway 3 from Hope to Cranbrook, or to Fort Steele, or actually a little bit past Fort Steele. That could be a heck of a video series. It's awesome that they built the trail before Canada became a country. They built the trail for the gold rush from Hope to Rock Creek. By the time they got to Rock Creek, the gold rush was kind of over there. So they kept building it all the way to Fort Steele. And by the time they brought it up there, the gold rush was done over there. So the trail actually was only used for a few years before it fell into disrepair. Between Fort Steele and the U.S. border by Moye and Yak, that trail, they built it wider there with wagon trail, not just pack mule. And the Hudson Bay Company used that section of the trail for a lot longer, going between Fort Steele and Walla Walla, Washington. If there's a passing lane. I don't know this highway well enough. I don't know where the passing lanes are or a good pullout for me to pull over. Two cars behind us. Don't want them to be stuck behind us for too long. I did a bunch of research on the weekend on Dewdney Trail. Maybe after our vacation, we have the money to do a trip with our pickup, spend some time along the trail doing all the viewpoints and stuff. It would be kind of fun. Old parts of the old Dewdney Trail still visible. One section in Manning Park, actually a couple of sections in Manning Park. I'm not sure how much of it would be accessible to us to still hike and walk. Between Christina Lake and Rossland, there's still sections that are still there out in the open, available to be hiked. And then south of Moye, there's actually a section there too, the old trail. Now it's a wagon trail over there, so some super neat stuff. Car behind us now, the other one turned off. Yeah, we'll never make that ferry. We'll be lucky to make the other one. We're climbing these mountains so slow. We're not even super heavy. Lots of insulation back there, so honestly a little on the light side. Up to speed. For the next hard climb. The car behind me is not hinting at all that they want to pass, or else I'm going to slow down in that zone. Some old log cabin houses down here still. Old homesteads. Hard up climb, and then got to go down 7%. Maybe what we'll do, because we're going to have such a short week this week, we're already like 30 minutes into this video, batteries last over an hour, I'll just keep recording as long as the batteries are going, and split it into 2 videos. You guys get to watch the first half of this today, and the last half of it tomorrow. That might work. So I don't know where the cutoff will be, but all of a sudden in the middle will be a cutoff, and then we'll just continue right where we left off. I think that's a good idea. because this is such a super unique highway. If I can stop coughing, that'd be nice. I don't know if it's allergies or something, but let's be honest, I cough every day, all the time. Part of my life. I feel it's lung damage from all the years I did sandblasting or steel shock blasting. So I breathed in rust day after day after day, rust powder. Thank you guys so much for watching. For now, we're going to be out of here. Part 2 coming tomorrow. You guys absolutely rock.